So, good morning. With yin, you want to move like the Tao is to move like a cow, which means we all need to move slow and allow the force of gravity to bring our inner bodies to the ground so that this works somehow. So our first pose this morning is we're going to lay on our back. And you're going to bring your right arm over this way, and then you're going to take your left leg up, putting your arm out. Can you see me? Do I need to move back?
I can see you, but I can't see your arm that's down. Is it overhead or straight out? My little picture is in the way of that.
Okay. So is that better? So that you're laying on your side with your arm out, with your knee bent. You can bring this arm up overhead and start to breathe. The foot that's on the floor can be very relaxed. It doesn't have to be flexed. It should not be flexed. And your arm should be resting on your head. So you're not holding it up, by your fingers or anything. You're just letting it rest on the temple, on your right temple. So from here, we're going to roll over to our body, our belly, and we're going to go into what they call Sphinx pose, which we all know what that is. And you have two options here. You can either do Sphinx, or you can do what they call seal, which is to bring your arms up. But remember, you're going to be holding this pose, so whatever is that you can handle. So you do Sphinx, and then basically loosen up the whole front here so you can bring your chest forward. Take your head to the right and back, to the left and back, and let everybody do a few of those on their own. Close your eyes and breathe into your chest, down to your belly. Oh my God, they're putting gutters on my house finally, thank God. Be sure that your shoulders are not up around your ears in Sphinx. You want to have a nice straight neckline. Breathe. Come up very carefully and turn around and do the first pose using the right arm. Down. Put your right arm out parallel to your shoulder. Your right leg is straight, and your left leg is bent with your feet flat on the floor. Just bring your arm up overhead and let it rest on your temple. Close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. In Yin, it's very accepted to do Ujjayi breathing if you choose. Work our way up. Work our way into tabletop. But a little bit different with tabletop on this one is that your knees are going to be a little closer to your hands. Your knees can be about hip width apart. Okay, and you're going to take your hands and turn them around. This is not something that you hold very long, but it does give some conscious stretch into this. The farther your legs go back, the more difficult this pose can be. So we recommend that you move closer with your knees to your hands. And on your neck and still do a couple of cat cows. This is slow. Now, hold, breathe. Your neck is in straight alignment. Also in Yin, it's accepted to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth if you choose that format of breathing. Sit back on your knees. Now, I'll tell you right now, this next pose is a little bit challenging. First time I did it, I had absolutely no problem getting into it. And once I got there, it was just such a fabulous, relaxing stretch. The second day was the same. Yesterday I went to do it and the body and the mind were not working, but that could have been the day. So I decided not to cancel this pose just because of yesterday. And we're all pretty familiar with it. It's just got a couple little different things. So basically you want to go with your knees out far and your toes together like a child's pose. You may want, depending upon your body structure, you do have to have either a blanket or a bolster behind you because that will lift our chest. The difference is that some people can put their knees, keep their knees on the floor, and other people need to have their knees rest on the blocks because we won't be going back. Now, as you go back, this pose here, that may be your pose. You know, that may be all that your body will allow you to do. But if you can, come back on your bolster, lean the blocks under your knees, so you're not losing any muscle. And for me, I found this just absolutely grounding, very, very soothing. Chest wide open, belly moving up and down. The bolster keeps your spine and your neck in alignment. Getting some deep fascia on the front of the legs, on the front of the feet, serving a multitude of stretches. You find some real solitude in this pose by breathing, closing your eyes, and being grateful. Shoulders are down, away from the neck. Feel your heart rate slowing down, and your breaths getting deeper, slower, and longer. This pose could be a love-hate relationship, but we all know that even some of those are good for us. It's definitely a real gravity pull pose. Very carefully, allow yourself to come back up to a seated pose. Remove your pot props. And rub the front of your legs a little. Tap down the sides, cross the knees and up. Say good morning. Okay, our next pose is going to be saddle pose. And from saddle, we're going to go into deer and then back to saddle to do the other side and back to deer to do the other side. So saddle pose is Oh yeah, I like this one. Okay. You're gonna lay on your belly. Put your left arm out and bring your right leg over to the back of the left leg. If you can, get your foot flat on the floor. If you can't, you might want to put it on a bolster so you're not using the muscle to hold the foot up. You can have it relaxed. Put your right arm out to hold your support, to support the front of your body from wanting to roll back down on its belly. Left leg can be bent a little bit if it helps you support that right leg that's at a crazy angle, 45 angle. A real stretch in the upper arm and shoulder. Going to allow you to swing around on your belly. Bring your seated pose. Your left leg is going to bend this way. This right leg is going to bend back. So your left foot is resting on the right kneecap. Then take your bolster. You can put it across your legs to lay over, or if you have the ability to lay over the front, all the way over. With your head on the bolster, or bolster and a block, or like I said, if you need to have the bolster up higher on your knees to lay over, that's fine. And this is called deer pose. You'll find that your torso is going to want to lean more towards the left or the right, usually more towards the right knee. If that need be to be there, that's okay. Okay, we'll push ourselves back up and we'll go back to the other side of saddle pose. Did we do left or right first? I didn't write it down. We put our left arm out, right? Okay, so this time, put your right arm out. Right arm is out, the left arm is up. You roll to the left side and bring your leg, your knee behind, your foot behind your left. And again, letting your foot rest on a block or a bolster if you can't get it flat on the floor. Preferably to do that rather than, standing up on your toes. Because if you're standing up on your toes, you're actually activating muscles. It's going to be a tough pose to hold. In the quietness of the Yin Class. It's the real shoulder stretch. It's not the neck stretch. Push yourselves up very gently. And we'll go back to the deer pose. This time you have your right leg bent, left leg back. Right foot is resting on the inside of the knee. Sit up tall. Take your bolster. You're going to lay forward. And again, your body may choose to go towards the bent side of the knee. That's not the perfect pose, but that perfect pose is not for everybody. So feel free to, if that's where your body wants to rest, which is what's more important, allow it to rest in that fashion. Push yourself up. Just kind of windshield wiper your knees a little bit. Move into shoelace, right and left of shoelace. And then because Zoom might only give me 5 more minutes, I have 2 more poses. One would be called caterpillar. If we don't have time, you'll have to look it up. And the other one, of course, is Shavasana. Okay, so shoelace. This is fun. Okay, you're going to bring your left leg down, your right leg over. You see me?
Move the device just a little bit. I can't see your legs. Yes, thank you.
We're learning.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your hands, not flat. You want to use cupcake or TP hands. Just lean them forward, bringing your arms out. You can rest your head on your knee, or you can put a blanket there on your knee if you want, or you can hold your knee, your neck straight, so you have a nice straight back all the way from your sit bones all the way up through all of the vertebrae. Nice straight back. Breathe. For a full body stretch, you certainly need more than a half an hour, but that's okay. We'll be grateful for what we've got this morning. We are running out of time, so we'll do the other side, and then keep in mind on your own you may have to do caterpillar, which is basically, I'll show you real quick, you just kind of put your legs out and bend forward. Okay, that's caterpillar real quick, and of course we all know Shavasana. But before as we move into the other shoelace, which is now the right leg in, left leg over. My closing prayer before we lean forward would be, think no evil today, only good thoughts. Speak no evil today, only good words. And feel no evil today, only good feelings. And I want to thank all of you for joining me this morning. A little more comfortable with my second class than last week. And it was nice of Debbie to turn this time over to me and have such trust. Up on tented fingers, breathe deep. Make sure your shoulders are not crawling up around your ears. I guess it's better to have 1 or 2 more poses than to run out of time or not have enough to fill the time. Okay, we might just get in caterpillar. They haven't shut us off yet. How nice. Just sit, and you can sit up on a blanket if you want a little bit of lift on your hips. That's fine. We've all done this. It's just Yin calls things differently. Legs out. The difference is that don't flex your feet. Let your feet relax. You know, either forward, to the left, to the right. Basically, 1 block, 2 blocks, whatever it takes for you to come down. Slide your hands down to your ankles, rest your head, and breathe deeply. Some of you may be flexible enough where you can hold the inside of your feet. I can't quite get that far. Okay, ladies, move up out of that. We'll all move into our own version of Shavasana. Namaste. Thank you for having this class. I'm sure in 2 minutes they're going to let me go because that will be 45. So they graciously gave me an extra breath. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.